Yeah, I'm here with an album review. Um, Slightly late on this one, but doesn't matter. Goatwhore with Constricting Rage of the Merciless. This is this band's sixth record. So this is the follow-up to 2012's Blood for the Master. And this is released on Metal Blade Records. This, first of all, this is amazing artwork. I love this artwork for this record. It is so good. It took me a really long time to get into Goatwhore, and like I used to really not like them at all. I'm like, they're just so boring. It just took me forever to get into them. But then one day, I was like, I'm gonna try to listen to Goatwhore again, and it just clicked. And I listened to Blood for the Master, and I was like, yes, like what the fuck was wrong with me? You know, this is awesome. This is just some good, thrashy kind of black and thrash type of goodness, and I loved it. So I was very much looking forward to this album, and I've listened to the shit out of it to do this review, and you know, here it is. Goatwhore kind of reminds me of Skeleton Witch, and I know they're kind of similar, but then they have their own distinct sounds for sure. But they remind me of Skeleton Witch because of just Skeleton Witch. They have this just all out assault all the time. It's just riffs and it's fast and it's energy. And same with Goatwhore. And when I think of Skeleton Witch, I think of Goatwhore and vice versa. I don't know. It's just something with me, I guess. But this album is seriously a non-stop assault from the fucking beginning until the 10th track, and it's over. And you really don't get to breathe at all. The only time that this album actually slows down is track 6, which is Cold Earth Consumed in Dying Flesh, which is a almost doom metal like track. It's very slow, very just chunky, and Louis, either Lewis, I don't know, Falgaus the Second. I butchered the fuck out of that, but that's his name. On vocals, he uses a very guttural range, and very low, sounding vocal in there, and I thought it just worked so well. That is one of the strongest songs on here, and I liked it because it added a lot of variety. Here's this album that's just, riffs and fast and just destroying everything, and then they get to a slower song and they still just destroy everything. It's awesome. But I thought that song really just helped with the pacing of the album. I thought it was perfectly placed in the flow of all the tracks. But then it kicks into track number 7, which is FBS, which I'm pretty sure stands for Fucked by Satan. And that song just destroys. I love that song. I love the main riff in that song. I just love the overall aggression and pace to it. That is a really good song. It's just short, and it just really hits you with some quick jabs to the face. And I love it. But I think Goatwhore, the best thing about them to me is the riffs. I think Sammy Duet writes amazing riffs, and just not all of them are really just crunchy. It's just some of them are so thick, such as track number 1, Poisonous Existence in Reawakening. Yeah. When that song transitions and the riff transitions to he just starts playing chords, and it's like, it's just like, dude, yes, and then the drums that go with it just add this perfect beat that just you cannot help but bang your head to. And that's one thing I love about Goatwhore, is those type of moments where you just bang your head, and it's not extremely fast, it's not slow, it's just the perfect speed, and you just want to jump in the pit and just run into someone. It's fantastic. I thought track number 4, Reanimated Sacrifice, was awesome. I thought the main riff that opened that song was fantastic how it was just a very thrashy riff, and if I still had my hair, I would have got down and started windmilling. But I don't have my hair anymore, sadly. I can attach it. I have some of it. Put it on. Whatever. But I mean, other than that, I mean, this album feels business as usual for Goatwhore, and that's not a bad thing. Goatwhore is another band to me like Slayer, where they're just going to play their sound every album, and they're just going to perfect their sound and just write great riffs that are hooky and just really great songs. And I have no problem with that. I personally, I've only listened to Carving Out the Eyes of God and Blood for the Master, and this is my favorite album from Goatwhore, honestly. This is the one that really has me the most. And I just think the vocals are just fantastic on this album. I mean, I love just the sound that Lewis, whatever, I'm going to think Lewis, has. I think he has a very unique voice. I like when he gets, more guttural and all that stuff. I'm glad he used that a lot on here. But I just think his mid-ranged, I guess, typical voice sounds great as well. And it just really fits a lot of the tracks. And it's when the band's going fast, he's going fast. It's cool. It really works well. And the drummer, Zach Simmons, he is a fucking beast. I have to give him props for just being able to, play this fast, this, just aggressive constantly. You gotta have some really good stamina for that shit. And he really has some great beats on here, some great fills, and the drums just really, really add to the songs. The fills all the time in track number 6, Cold Earth, Consumed and Dying Flesh, gets stuck in my head all the time. So I think this is a great album from track 1 to track 10. It's a very quick album because of its pace, but also because it's just a good album, and you find yourself just getting really sucked in by it and just thrashing about your room and just destroying everything. It's great. I think I'm a huge thrash fan, so this album and this band just having that thrashy side is just the shit, man. So I love this record. I personally do think this is probably in my top 10 so far. It might have knocked something out. We did our top 10 so far this year. It might have knocked something out towards the lower end. I don't know. It's definitely top 15, if not top 10 to me. This is a great fucking record. I'm going to give this a solid 8.75 out of 10. And this is Goatwhore with Constricting Rage of the Merciless. Definitely check this band out and check this album out. Go pick it up. So yes, I think probably early August or something, I'm going to have a really huge ass CD collection. I just filled up my last shelf. I have no more shelves. Motherfucker. And there's a couple other album reviews happening in other videos. Like always. That's what we do. We make videos. So yeah, I'm gonna go play more Destiny. So I'll see you guys around.